Hey everybody, this is Mike Dolly from the Wisconsin High School Esports Association. I've been putting together a little bit of a video series for those of you who are new to League of Legends. So this is going to be a resource series for those of you who have never played or are relatively new to the game, or maybe you're a teacher or advisor for a club or organization and just want to learn a little bit more about the game. So about the game itself, League of Legends is a 5-on-5 competitions where players will come from different corners of the map and try to push for objectives and capturing kills and capturing neutral objectives as well. Players can pick from 140 different characters that have all different unique skills and abilities and can synergize together and form different kind of compositions. So each character here has different skills and abilities. This character here is a Mumu, the Sad Mummy, and you can see all the champions and their abilities if you go onto your League of Legends client, and you can actually then see what their different skills are. So for a Mumu here, you can see he has a Q, W, E, and an ultimate move, which is R. And then he has a passive ability, which is represented by the letter P. If you hover over each of these on the client, it will then actually tell you what each move does, what it's called, what the cooldown duration is, how much damage that it may do. Is it attack damage or is it ability power, stuff like that. When putting together a champion after you have picked them in champion select, you can alter runes, and runes can sometimes help you in a matchup against somebody else, or it can help you depending on what your role is within the game. So there's quite a few different little runes that you can pick from and kind of put together in order to give yourself a little bit of an edge, or maybe help you in a matchup that you're not favorable in. So when I keep talking about the map here, this is a map of the Rift. So there is the red side up there in the top right, and then there is the blue side down in the bottom left. Each base has a nexus right here, and this is the main objective. It looks like a giant crystal. And once you destroy the enemy's nexus, you win the game. Around each nexus, there are 2 safety turrets. Beyond those, there are inhibitors, which once you destroy one of these will allow the enemy team to start to spawn a special type of little minion that does a little bit more damage. Beyond those nexuses, they each have a nexus tower that helps protect them. And then we have the secondary ring here, and then the first set of towers out here. And so these objectives that you push give you gold enhancements and kind of team rewards, basically. So the more of these objectives you get, the more of an advantage that you can have within the game. So some other objectives that are available within this, besides the Nexus and then the towers and the inhibitors, are something called neutral objectives. And neutral objectives are unique across the map. There are some that are by your side, so these are called jungle camps, which we'll get more into when we start talking about the jungle role. But some of these offer different boosts to the player that kills them. So this one here is called blue buff, and the red side also has one here. So they're kind of mirror images of each other, just like the rest of the map is. But if you are able to get this objective, it increases your mana regeneration. Same with if you get Gromp here or here, will actually increase your armor against larger monsters. There are some neutral ones. This white dot here and here, this is called the Scuttle Crab. This allows kind of vision to be placed in the river if you secure this, which I'll talk about later in another video. But then you have the dragon pits here and here. Down here at the bottom, there are 4 unique dragons that will appear in here. And some of them just give simple like mana regeneration and health regeneration, while others will actually increase your damage against objectives. And some others are like increase your ability power and your attack damage. There are, at a certain point in the game, different unique objective ones that come in here. And after, I believe it's 35 minutes, there's another objective that will spawn here that's really unique, that gives big team buffs. So that way then you can really push objectives if you secure them. One thing that everyone needs to ensure that they secure are minions. So each team will have waves of minions coming out here. So here you can see a blue wave of minions and then a red wave of minions. There's two types of minions. There's these little melee attackers, and then there's these little caster minions in the back. You want to secure the last hit on the minion. So if you want this champion here, it'll click this minion and it'll get 20 gold. That's called increasing your CS, or CSing is a very common phrase within this game. And the more minions that you kill during these wave periods like this, grants you gold, gold buys you items, more items equals better success. So it's one thing for new players to the game to focus on, but CS is the most vital thing in the game. If you can't CS, it doesn't matter what champion you're playing, you can't outscale, you can't do more damage than the enemy if they're able to capture more creep score. One thing that you'll hear me talk about a lot within this video series is vision. And vision, you can drop these things called wards, which you can see a picture of right here. And these wards allow you to see through the fog that's on the map. So sometimes if an enemy is trying to sneak behind enemy lines and you make sure that you have some wards placed, you can actually see them and keep track of where they are on the map so they don't surprise you and put you in a 2v1 situation or even a 3v1 situation. So there's a couple different types of wards that you can place within the game. There's some control wards, which will also disable other wards from the enemy team that are in the vicinity. There's some scanning wards, which allow you to actually detect where the enemy has placed wards nearby you. And then there are just some common wards that you just place down. One really important thing, although if you're familiar with the game and maybe you play in solo queue or flex, is pings. Pings are really helpful to coordinate in-game attacks, right? Or that all of a sudden an enemy is missing and we don't know where he went, so everyone needs to be on high alert. I use the assist one and the on my way all the time, so that way my teammates know that I either need help capturing an objective or maybe securing a kill, or that I'm on the way in order to provide them backup. So it's just a way to let them know that either help is on the way or that I need help. So that's a little bit of an overview about what League of Legends is and some of the basics. Coming up next in the next video that I'm going to put together is looking at some of the champions and how to pick champions. So tune back in for the next video, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Have a good day.